I've been thinking a lot about Treyarch's next zombie title. When I think about the next iteration of the Cold War mechanics, I can't help but realize we may have gotten a sneak peek of zombies in 2024 with Vanguard zombies. Yeah, every time I think about 2024, I think, you know what? I think we might have seen some Vanguard mechanics be the next iteration of the Cold War mechanics. For example, doing this cute little Easter egg actually unlocks the Rampage Inducer, which was usually just placed in all of the maps beforehand. Now, I am pretty infamous for saying that Vanguard is not a representation of what Treyarch wanted zombies to become, and I think that's very true for Vanguard because, oh my goodness, Vanguard is such a mess, except for, I think, Shi No Numa. But the more I think about it, the more I think about it, the more, I guess, nervous I am, because the more I think there might be some stuff in Vanguard that I wouldn't be too surprised to see again if we saw it in the next zombie title. And honestly, not everything in Vanguard was absolutely horrible. There's not much praise, but it's there. I do love the fact that it is within the Modern Warfare engine. This engine feels really, really good, and playing Cold War and then Vanguard back to back, I think is a really interesting experience. Everything just looks a lot more grounded and realistic. It's not that Treyarch cartoony style that they usually have in just all of their games, which might be a turnoff for some people, but I do appreciate the feel. For this engine. But in terms of mechanics, I think it would not at all, ooh yay, dead accurate, sweet. I don't think it would be at all surprising for us to see the return of the Altar of Covenants. And I also think there might be a more streamlined version of the salvage that we saw in Cold War. Because here in Vanguard, there is only one type of salvage, which I don't know if I like or dislike. Also, the perk system is really one of the main things that I'm worried and excited about, because there really is a dilemma with the perk system. I don't think it would be possible or enjoyable if we had the Cold War Zombies perk system back again. I think it would be redundant, and I think a lot of people wouldn't like it because we've seen it before, and you know, are they going to start with the full 10 perks that we got at the end of the life cycle, or are they just going to recycle that content and those perks as DLC perks? You know, it's I don't know, it's a tough situation. It's a tough thing to design. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about the Black Ops 4 perk system because I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 4 zombies. And apparently you beautiful people have too. I did this poll on my channel, and you got a lot more of you are playing Black Ops 4 than I thought. Obviously, most people are playing Black Ops 3, but yeah, a lot of people playing Black Ops 4. But there is, well, actually, I don't know if this is true or not. I like the Black Ops 4 perk system, and I like the idea of you choosing a specific playstyle on different play sessions and maps and modes and all that stuff. So I think that's a valid thing to incorporate in zombies. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, this perk system is really weird because it's just perks, and it's just the basic kind of, you know, heal faster, reload faster, do more damage, run faster. Like, it's not really exciting perks like we saw in Black Ops 4 with things like Ethereal Razor and Time Slip and Blaze Phase. I think Treyarch is wanting a return to that style of in-game playstyle selector system type thing, but they don't want it to be as overwhelming as Black Ops 4's perk system was for a lot of people. And the success of Cold War's progression system really does a good job of convincing them that we do need some sort of base progression. And with the Vanguard perk system in combination with the Altar of Covenants, we have exactly those two things. We have a perk system where it's just the most basic, increase your damage, increase your health, that progression system. But then you also have the Altar of Covenants where you get to choose your own playstyle. Now, I still think this was just a holdover for all of the abilities and different tiered effects that they couldn't put in here at the start of the game because of the development cycle, but I think it could turn out to be a viable option, a developmental way out of their perk system conundrum that they're in. Another thing that I think they did pretty well was the in-game progression of the artifacts or the field upgrades. Everything in Vanguard is in-game progression. There is no Ethereum crystals or, you know, outside of the, you know, weapon unlocks and whatever. There's nothing that you can't get outside, or that you can't get inside a game of zombies. And after Cold War, that is what a lot of people want to see from zombies, even though I was personally a fan of Ethereum crystals myself. But that being said, I think you could have both Ethereum crystals and the in-game progression. I think you can have like this sacrificial heart thing with your field upgrades, but you first have to unlock them with Ethereum crystals in the menu, and then in-game, ooh, Deadshot, love Deadshot. And then in-game you have to actually like go and unlock it within the game. So I think there's a way that we can have both. Also, yes, Shi No Numa is the shining light of quality within Vanguard. Everything else is kind of really underwhelming, but this is genuinely a good map. As weird as that sounds, I enjoy coming back and playing some Shi No Numa, at least for a little bit. Now, something else that was modified or changed in Vanguard was the weapons and weapon damage. The weapons no longer have an individual level system. It's all just pack-a-punch. And I was a big fan of the weapon levels. I think it was a genius solution to the whole not starting with the pistol, start with an AR type debacle where people were really afraid that players would start super overpowered. And I think in Cold War, you know, if you have even the strongest LMG or AR, once round 10 hits, it's kind of useless. You know, it's kind of an ammo hog, so it does do a really good job of encouraging you to upgrade that weapon. Now here in Vanguard, I don't think there's enough evidence or I don't have enough experience with these weapons to really say if getting rid of that system was an overall good thing or if it made a big difference, because Shi No Numa is really the only map that I or probably anyone ever plays, and it's really easy to get Pack-a-Punch open by round like 7 or 8 or whatever we just did this game. But speaking of weapons, something that I do really like about Vanguard, that's just such a weird phrase to say. The weapons, even at health cap, do a good job of maintaining their damage. Now, I don't know if that's just the covenants that I run, I don't know if that's just me not going to a high enough round or something, but I've gotten to round 50 a couple times, and like even like the Tommy gun, the Thompson, is still one-shotting zombies with the right covenants. Granted, I usually run like Deadshot and Dead Accurate, the two that I currently have now, so those are definitely more damaging covenants. This is always so sketchy for me to do mid-round. I don't know why. There's always just so many zombies right here. Come on, let's do it. There it is. Oh, so close. There we go. And you gotta give Treyarch credit. They really did a good job of listening to the community in Vanguard, as weird as that sounds. Like, they fixed Zabala, they changed armor way back in the beginning, they readjusted the whole Durong Fong difficulty and health cap and whatever. As weird as it sounds, I am trusting of Treyarch even after Vanguard. That being said, there is obviously a lot of mistakes and a lot of missteps that Vanguard had that I think a lot of developers are hopefully looking out to fix. I think the fact that we even have Shi No Numa is evidence to the fact that these guys genuinely do want to try and make a game that we enjoy. Which is something more than we could say about Infinity Ward and Modern Warfare 2 right now, but you know, we're past that. So I'm working on either one big video or a couple small videos talking about Vanguard and its mechanics and what I like, what I don't like. I love that there's this cheeky little zombie out there. That little Easter egg is so cool that they added that in. Like, I don't like having to return to the Altar of Covenants every single round. I think it's really tedious. And if it wasn't on a map like Shi No Numa, like on the Archon, oh man, the Archon is just so tedious to play. So tedious, because you've just got to traverse that such a big map for anything like Pack-a-Punch or buildable shields, whatever. Like, oh my goodness, it's such a big map and it's so tedious to walk around. It's like Origins. Ooh, I unlocked an Exterminator medal card thing. Cool. All right, and the Wonderwaff DG2.
We shall do our best to make certain it
So cool. And obviously the perk system is flawed too. Like, having everything be free at the start is super weird and awkward. Obviously, re-rolling the covenants over and over again for different tiers and different amounts of covenants. Oh my goodness, it's so tedious too. But I'm sure with Vanguard, the developers, when they were developing it, they put in their ideas because they were still, you know, off the tails of Cold War. So they were like, hey, players don't like this, so why don't we try that? You know, that was the whole thing with the artifacts and the field upgrades being characters, because they were like, well, people want characters back. Let's try putting them in the field upgrades. And that didn't really work, but you know, they tried it. So it's not uncommon, it's not flawed logic to think that some of these things, like the Altar of Covenants here, is a test chamber or test thing for the next Zombies game. And believe it or not, I'm not just playing Vanguard Zombies because I'm thinking about the next Call of Duty Zombies title. I've actually been playing a lot of, well, not that much Cold War, but I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 4 and some amount of Cold War, as you guys have seen on the channel. Mainly what I've been doing, what I've been wanting to do in Zombies, or just in any game really, is just grind something. And the Black Ops 4 Dark Matter camo is actually pretty daunting, and I'm a lot further away than I thought I was originally. I'm pretty close, I'm almost done with all of the headshots, but I still got a lot of kills to go with attachments, not attachments. I gotta rank up some guns, and oh boy, it's a beast in and of itself. Don't worry, I'll be making a lot of content on that, I'm sure. But then I was thinking, you know, Vanguard, obviously the XP and weapon XP grind was pretty stupid slow and whatever, but the actual kills themselves, which I think I just got just now. Oh, no, that's a different challenge. The actual challenges themselves really aren't too bad. Ooh, next thing of Deadshot. Very nice. So for example, this gun, the AS-44, I think, all we need to do is get like 800 Covenant kills, and we should have a gold gun. And by gold gun, I mean whatever the other gold is. But I remember Zombies actually having a really good set of camos, except for obviously Dark Matter, unfortunately. So I mean, long term, hopefully want to get all the guns gold here in Vanguard Zombies. It's gonna be a lot of Shi No Numa. I mean, between Black Ops 4, Cold War, and Vanguard, there are so many ideas and so many things that Treyarch could pull from in order to create the next best Zombies game. And obviously, Black Ops 3 as well. The thought that I keep having is, like, imagine we have, you know, the Vanguard Zombies perk system, which is kind of boring and whatnot. But then the Altar of Covenants, instead of having like 17 of the same covenant or whatever, imagine it has like Mule Kick and PhD and Death Perception and Vulture Raid and all of those fun perks that we had back in the days past. And that would be how you got those extra perks and those extra abilities. And then from that point forward, you can then decide your own playstyle and how you're going to play. Because, you know, do you want Bandolier Bandit and Mule Kick, which I've been doing a lot of in my Black Ops 4 camo grinding? Then that's the way you're going to play this game. But then the next game you might have, I don't know, like PhD and Dying Wish and all of these other things, so that way you complete the Easter egg faster or better, or Stamina Up. Well, I guess Stamina Up's the base thing, but you get what I'm saying. I wonder if they added in some challenges or unlocked some challenges now that Modern Warfare 2 is out, because I've been getting a lot of random, like, prestige type of challenges where it's like, get 250 kills with a Pack-a-Punch Tier 3 weapon, and I've definitely gotten that before, so I wonder if like some seasonal challenges I didn't do or that were previously locked were now unlocked or something. But I think we're close to getting this gold. We should be about 100 kills away or so. Ooh, hey buddy. Ooh, that was close. He was gearing up for a swing. A lot of people don't like that guy, the Stormkrieger. I really like him. I think he's great. A lot of people say he like shreds your armor. And yeah, I guess so a little bit, but not in the early rounds. I think in the later rounds, he really shreds your armor. But in these early rounds, he's kind of fun. Something that I don't think a lot of people know is that I'm pretty sure the health cap, as well as the rounds that zombies start super sprinting, is in the 30s instead of the 50s. That's definitely something worth talking about, because that is a huge change from all of the zombies in the past. Like, that has been the modern zombies equivalent of like the end game of zombies, where you're getting super sprinters, they're at max health cap, and you gotta, you know, that's your most difficult situation ever, and it comes really early on here in Vanguard. And I don't know if I like it or not. I do like it because I like that end game, or the idea of that end game, so I think it's interesting, but I don't know if it just shortens the progression for some people, you know? Like once they hit that, they're like, oh no, now it's too difficult, because sometimes super sprinters or whatever can be too difficult. I don't think it's too difficult here in Vanguard though, not at all. Something that I don't mention too often, but I'm really sad that there weren't more kill streaks integrated into Vanguard. Obviously, development time, I think they were originally planning to, but then they stopped everything to make Shi No Numa, which is so much better than just more kill streaks. But something that I really like about Vanguard is well, apart from Call of Duty World War II, it's a modern day zombies title in World War II with World War II guns. And as much as I really do love Black Ops 4, and as much as I really do love Black Ops 3, the futuristic guns are kind of tacky to me. I very much enjoy using authentic guns. Now, in Cold War, I loved using the more modern day weapons. I think that was a great addition. And same thing here. I love using like the combat shotgun or the Tommy gun or whatever weapon of this era. It feels a little bit more immersive. I believe the world I'm in a little bit more, as much as you can believe a zombies game. And we really should be close to our Covenant kills here, unless I already got it and missed it somehow. Ooh, there we go. Dead accurate. Awesome. Also, tier 4 stamina is just insane. I love the tack sprinting. And yes, it does feel good to slide cancel, but I am on PC, so it is a little bit easier. Hey, there we go. 2000. Yeah, all camo challenges. Awesome. Sweet. We got that one, and that should be Golden Viper. Very nice. There's just so much about Vanguard that gets me thinking. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty sick calling card. But the reason we came back to play this is for this guy. It just looks so stunning. This engine for zombies was really spectacular. But what do you think about Vanguard zombies and the future of zombies? And if you want to see another weapon goal, be sure to check out that video and stay beautiful.